What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be taking on the Fighting Legend of FRIEZA, Legendary FRIEZA event here. There are 3 new missions that we have to clear. So real quick, if we switch over to the website, we can see the missions are right here. So we've got to clear it with 6 Universe Survival Saga characters, 6 Space Traveling Warriors, and 6 Universe 6 characters. Now, the only units that share all 3 of those categories is hit. So we don't have enough units to go around to actually do all 3 of those missions in one go. But this team right here is a build of both Universe Survival Saga and Universe 6. Now keep in mind that the friend unit doesn't matter for the mission, so we don't have to use Kale. We're going to go ahead and use UI Goku, who's going to be a much better option for us. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump in here. I'm going to do this with no items, but obviously in order to complete the mission, you definitely can use items if you need to. But yeah, I really don't think I'll even need the items. So this team is kind of interesting because it does require a lot of build-up. Most of these Kale and Khalifa units require a lot of attacks to be able to get to where they need to be at. So it is going to be a little bit interesting, the kind of strategy that I choose to go with here. Because, you know, I could always rotate them off, but it's really the question of, like, who do I want to rotate off, right? Just because I do want people getting stacks, but also... Okay, let's go ahead and do this. I think up front here with this first attempt, I'm going to try to do the strat of, like, do as much damage as possible, keep the strongest units on rotation, try to absolutely just, like, melt each phase, and see if that works. But if we end up getting caught by one of our, you know, like, banner units or something that didn't get the proper time to build up, and, you know, they end up getting mollywopped towards the end of the fight, then I may change up the strategy a little bit. Still using all the same units, I might just start rotating off the really good ones at the beginning and giving those first few turns for the, you know, the weaker units to raise their defense, because a lot of them have just, like, infinite defense builds. You just have to keep getting super attacks over and over with them, right? Okay, so that is the first phase down. Obviously, we've got a lot of phases to go here. That is the one nice part about this. Okay, see, like here, I probably should keep Kale and Khalifa together, even though, like, it makes more sense. Okay, so I'll do this at least, because I want to keep the Kale on rotation. Let's give Khalifa a chance, you know, to do some attacks here. And then the Tech Khalifa obviously does not have her... 100% dodge up because we're not facing off against, you know, Pure Saiyan or Universe Survival Saga enemies here. But because of all of the other, you know, Universe 6 units on the team and all of the other Peppy Gals units on the team, she gets a bunch of buffs based on that. And I believe she is sitting at 98% chance to dodge, plus whatever I've got in her hidden potential system. So it is possible for her to get hit. It's just going to be pretty rare, right? And that's what I'm hoping, because obviously the final phase, I'm assuming, I actually can't remember for the FRIEZA event if the final phase cancels dodge or not. I can't remember if it does, but if it's like the other 3 legendary fights and it does cancel dodge, then obviously Khalifa would be in trouble there. That is why I opted not to bring the SSR for her and just bring the int hit instead. Obviously he's going to be a lot better. If this was like a Goku event and for the entirety of the event we knew that we could just rely on dodging, then I probably would have brought the SSR along too, because she would only have to worry about not getting hit in that final phase, which is definitely not going to last 3 turns. So if you just make sure to rotate her off at the right time, then you would never have to worry about her being in trouble, right? Okay, very good. All 3 of our units actually got to attack on this turn. That is definitely good. Getting some nice defense in. Helpful indeed. Alright, on to the next phase. Okay, we get our first transformation for Kefla here, very nice. Another good reason to keep her on rotation so we can get her into that Super Saiyan 2 state as quick as possible, right? Okay, so again, we'll put Goku up front, and then we can select, it's going to be 5 orbs either way, unfortunately. Alright, we'll keep selecting same type orbs because I feel like we're going through this pretty quickly. If we want to be able to use that Dokkan attack, we're probably going to need to fill up the gauge very, very quick. I think we're getting through this quick enough, too, that I might end up doing all 3 missions in one video. I might just run this and then immediately jump in and do the Space Traveling Warrior one after. I would have split it up in 3 videos, but I feel like it's going to be a little bit weird just because we have 2 missions happening in one video already. So to do like 2 in 1, I feel like would just be a little bit convoluted. I might just do all 3 in this video. We'll see, though. We'll see, though. We still have a few phases to go here. If this ends up taking too long, then we might not bother with it. But yeah, I know, my channel has been all over the place. It's been 5-minute videos to hour-and-a-half videos. We're just, we're just all over the place with this stuff lately, so. But it's alright. I'm trying to get back into the YouTube algorithm here, and just kind of get used to, like, what YouTube wants to do with my videos. So I am trying to change stuff up and do different things here and there, where I can, just because I feel like it's, you know, gonna experiment and see what is gonna get me the most amount of views and things like that, right? Okay, so we'll go ahead and put Kale first slot, and then we'll keep her linked up with Kale and Caulifla. I think now is about time where we can probably rotate off this other Caulifla. It's nice that we were able to get that 1 turn of defensive stacks in for them, but at this point, probably rotating them off is going to be best. We just needed to make sure to have a unit with Caulifla in the name on rotation with Kale, but now that we have the LR Kale and Caulifla, they are going to serve that purpose for us instead, right? Okay, no more? Honestly, that's really good that we didn't get the additional supers there, because it's going to allow them to raise some defense as well. Probably just the 1, right? Yeah. Okay. Very good. Nice. And now we'll be in our Super Saiyan 2 state. So we are just going to be absolutely melting the enemies from here on. Kind of didn't realize it until now, but, you know, if we've got our main 4 units that are gonna stay on rotation already. We'll get these with Goku so we can get all those AGLs with Kale and hopefully get 6 finally. Our first turn of being able to select the 6 orbs, and she's not even being attacked to need the extra dodge chance and stuff. But yeah, like, we got our rotations built properly because Kale was one of the units that was going to be on, and she needed to be with a Caulifla, right? So if we had her linked up with UI Goku or Kefla, it wouldn't have worked out. We would have had to rotate off somebody that needed to stay on rotation. So it works out well for us. We went ahead and saved the active skill here for UI Goku. Obviously, I don't need him to do to transform just yet. I think we're going to be fine on this final form phase. I think starting next phase is when it's going to be important to do that kind of thing, which obviously he won't be around for. Or, well, actually, this might be the first phase where it takes us 2 turns to finish the fight. Depending on what Kefla does here, right? Because starting out at 16 million is pretty good. Oh, yeah. With the crits in there, too. That's looking pretty brutal. Pretty gnarly for this Frieza here. Okay, 1 more, and that should do it. Awesome. Okay, never mind. So we are just gonna one turn this phase. Let's see if we can keep that going. So far, we've 1-turned every single phase. I wonder if we could do that for the entirety of the fight. Probably not here, right? Probably not. I feel like that would be a tall order to actually 1-turn this whole thing. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, we'll grab all those for them, and then I guess just get these 2 yellows out of here. Alright, we're going to need a pretty beefy turn from Kale if we're going to see 1 turn here. I don't know if 9 million is enough to start out. The crit helps for sure, but... Okay, we're still going. We can still get, what, 1 more? 2 more, maybe? Dang. So not quite the best RNG with the additionals and the supers and stuff, and the critical hits. Yeah, okay. This is going to be 2 phases for sure. But it's fine. Because this is going to be 2 phases, it works out perfectly. We'll go ahead and pop UI Goku's active skill on the next turn here. He'll have type advantage. He will just absolutely melt Frieza real quick, and then we'll move on to the final phase. And then also Goku's active skill is going to be pretty important. Well, maybe, because I can't remember if you can actually, like if the final phase dodge cancels or not. I cannot remember. Okay, let's go ahead and activate his active skill. I'm trying to pull up the event on the wiki here so I can look and see the stats for FRIEZA at the end here and see if FRIEZA actually cancels dodge or not. Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay. All right, we should be fine here then. Okay, we'll just put Goku up front. It's going to be over immediately. They're definitely not surviving Goku's attacks. Get some more type orbs. We're still pretty close to the Dokkan attack here, but it doesn't look like we are, it doesn't look like we're going to get it. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get it on, like, the very last turn. Like, if this next phase takes us 2 turns or something, then we could get it. Which I guess we're going to have the Kale rotation on the next one, so probably we'll take two turns, right? Since we weren't able to 1-turn that last phase, I doubt we'll be able to do it for this next one either. Okay. Alright, awesome. How's our numbers looking? Maybe we should put them slot 1. Wait, did that go down? 45. Oh, no, it actually goes up with them there. Okay, cool. All right, so they've got some dodging capabilities. They've also got, lots of additionals they're going to throw out. We should be good here. We should be good. We'll save all those purples on the off chance that Kefla needs it next turn. Okay, we're taking a super right away. This could be bad, right? We're going to definitely take it. Yeah. Okay. I will probably... I'll probably jump back in solo here, and when we get back to the final phase, I will rejoin with you guys. Alright, guys, so we are back here on the second to last phase now. I played it a little bit differently this time. I didn't have my proper rotations until, like, just a moment ago. I was kind of just putting the units all wonky and stuff so that we wouldn't have links and we wouldn't be doing damage so we could get extra defensive buildup. It hasn't really made too much of a difference, honestly. But I think we'll be rocking here. The one thing that it has helped with is that we're launching the Dokkan attack a little bit earlier. That is kind of what I was planning for here when I... that's why I'm starting now instead of when I said I was going to just start the recording again at the final phase. I wanted to make sure to get the Dokkan attack in here. Okay, so we can go ahead and see what we're capable of doing. Honestly, if everything goes perfectly, then we will 1-turn this one with the Dokkan attack, assisting, and then we have UI Goku's active skill to launch on the next turn, and then that should get us the win, hopefully. Okay, yeah, but it doesn't look like... Yeah, I really wanted to get the Dokkan attack with either UI Goku transformed or Kefla, but obviously they're both on the opposite rotation. That's the one downside of running them that way, is that, because of that, now we have to deal with this. So we're going to be dealing with the exact same thing that we dealt with last time. If we survive this even... Okay. So... we're going to be dealing with the exact same thing, which is that UI Goku, when I pop his active, is going to finish off this phase, and then we're going to have this same rotation that has to tank in slot 1 against that final phase. So that's going to be, like, the hardest part. If we managed to get a rotation of having Kefla and UI Goku on the first phase of that final fight, then we would be fine. But I just don't think it's possible. Like... we can try here. What if I don't transform UI Goku? Do you think we have a chance to not finish this phase? Because he doesn't do an insane amount of damage before being transformed. No, there's just been too many super attacks so far. And with all the additionals we're going to get on the next turn too, like, we're going to finish it off no matter what. Especially with Kefla here, right? So we kind of have to transform him, which sucks. Okay. And then I guess we'll just let Kefla attack. Might as well. Not going to really make a difference here. If there was attacks in slot 1, I would put UI Goku there for sure because he'll counter them. But she's doing plenty of damage. Should be alright. No crit. Alright, just go ahead and crit so we can finish this off. Move on to the final phase. Come on now, Kefla. What in the... Please do a critical hit. Come on. It doesn't look like this one's gonna crit either. Oh my goodness, that's so annoying. Finally, we get a crit on the normal. Okay, cool, cool. Alright, so moment of truth. Are we gonna survive this turn? What are our defense stats looking like? Not great. Kale has the highest stat in the first slot there. I kind of want to put Kale up front. Yeah. 622. I mean, that's not bad. And it's going to go up more after she attacks. Let's do this. I trust in Kale here. I assume if we take a super attack, it doesn't matter which of these units takes it. We're just done for. So hopefully we won't have to cross that bridge. Nice. The dodge is helpful. Okay, she's double-digit tanking normals, which we could assume, right? So we'll just have to hope she gets like 4 super attacks here so she can be buffed as possible. This is 2. Doing some decent damage as well, which is very nice. Okay, so we live that first slot, which is good. We still have a chance to die from a super here right here in slot 2. But we do have some dodge chance, so maybe that could help us out. And we dodge it. Awesome, awesome. Okay, now we're a shoo-in to win. That was all we needed to happen. That just had to happen last time, where we could dodge the super instead of getting hit by it, and we would have been fine. Yeah, there's no way that this Frieza has enough HP left to survive Kefla and UI Goku on this next turn. It's not going to happen. Yeah, especially if we keep getting all these additional supers. Oh my goodness. This is like the team of additionals. I need to keep this team in mind. If there's ever like a mission where you have to, you know, do a certain amount of attacks in a certain number of time, or like they do those weird gimmicky ones, you know, this would definitely be a good team to use that for. Okay, we'll put UI Goku up front so he can get all the counters in, and then perfect, we get all these orbs for Kefla in case UI Goku doesn't finish it off, and it should be good to go from there. Oh, that's right, he's only getting the counters on that first turn that he activates. I kind of forgot about that, and I think it's because most of the time when I use his active skill, it's like on the final phase of the fight, so I never see it for a second turn anyway. I kind of forgot that he only gets the counters on that initial turn. I probably should have saved it, but that's fine. This'll work just as well. Oh yeah. We're only gonna need like the one more. This should be enough. Especially if it crits. Oh, almost. Okay. Well, we will enjoy one last super attack here from Kefla. Okay, so I think, based on how long the video's been, I am probably just going to do the other mission in a separate video here. We'll go ahead and just make this about the Universe Survival Saga team, because I imagine it's possible that the Space Traveling Warriors mission is going to be a little harder, and it might take me a couple additional tries, so we might end up with a lengthy video there as well. So yeah, there we go. That is the missions cleared. Nice. We'll go ahead and accept our rewards here. So we've got, you know, some nice equips that we can use for any Frieza named characters. A couple stones. Very, very good stuff. This is a double level 4, right? Attack and crit. Awesome. Cool, cool. All right. So that is those two missions done. We will come back in another video and get the other one. So that is going to do it for this one. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.